Hey guys, Danny Jugan, Axis Football. I've got a quick video for you this morning. We are definitely in crunch mode as we prepare for our release on Wednesday, August 16th. It will be sometime around noonish. It depends on a few things we're working on here. But in this video, I wanted to cover kind of three quick things. The first is some information on Mac-specific builds for Steam. And then I want to touch on a little bit of franchise information. I know Ryan Moody put out a video a couple days ago, actually it might have even been yesterday, about some of the player progression and custom draft classes. So we'll touch on that a bit. Always appreciate him sharing information with you guys. And finally, we'll wrap up with a little bit of release information and some requests. So first of all, Mac builds. No stranger to anyone that's been following us on Twitter. We've been having some issues with the Mac-specific build. PC and Linux builds are fine. Long story short, Mac builds are crashing. They're crashing on what we can tell a little bit older Macs. We have done all that we can. We have very intelligent, creative people on our team that use Macs, and they have done all they can to optimize. I've rewritten a large part of code that was intended to fix things, and we have done everything that we can. We probably worked on it longer than we should have, but we can't get a stable build on Macs. Without going into all of the detail, Macs don't allow, their operating system doesn't allow certain things to happen. And those of you that have used Macs for a while and grown up using them, you know that a lot of games aren't supported on Macs, and that games typically come out on PC. And this is one of the reasons. It's notoriously difficult to get the game to work on them, and I know in the past we have released on Macs for Steam, but we will not be supporting a Mac build on our Steam release in 2017. As we continue to add stuff to the game, it becomes more and more difficult to try to get a stable build on Macs. Now, with that said, I know some of you that use Macs exclusively have pre-ordered the game. We're going to offer a couple options to you guys. First, I would always suggest, if you have the option, dual boot through Boot Camp, so you can get Windows and OS X on your Mac, and then just play in the Windows build. If you running Mac OS exclusively without any Boot Camp, option one will be shoot me an email, send me a direct message on Twitter, and I'd be happy to refund your pre-order if you would like. Alternatively, we will be selling Mac-specific builds through our website, not through Steam. So if you have the ability to run the game without crashing, if you've got a newer Mac, I know some people have reached out to me on Twitter, say, hey, the game works fine on mine. You are welcome to purchase through the website. If you have pre-ordered, shoot me an email, send me a direct message on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. I will get you the link to download the game, not through Steam, so that you can play and enjoy. We want to support as many people as we can who want to get access to this game. But the bottom line is, I didn't feel that it was the right thing to release a game that I know wasn't stable on Macs. I just didn't feel like that was the right thing to do, to set users up for frustration when we were getting crashes on 40-50% of the Macs that we were testing on. So, long story short, I know if you want to play the game on Mac, you'll be able to purchase through our website. If you have pre-ordered, you want to cancel the pre-order because you only want to pay through Steam, only want to play through Steam or pay through Steam, let me know. I'd be happy to refund that for you. If you want to still play the game, let me know and I will get you a direct download, not through Steam. Any questions or anything related to that, just leave it in the comment section below. All right, but on to some season stuff. Get that out of the way. Let's take a look at some player progressions. I'm going to kind of walk through the whole process, and I know, let me mute that. I know 16-week seasons was really big for a lot of the sim gamers, and I really underestimated how important it was to you guys. So originally we had 12-week seasons, kind of carried over from the Flash version, but I have just finished implementing 16-week seasons, so that will be in the game at launch. Again, my goal is to make the game that you guys want to play. So if it's that important to you, let me know, and I will do my best to get it into the game. Hopefully this is a little bit of evidence to that. So again, 16-week seasons. You go in, you can view your schedule. We go all the way down to week 16. If you go into team schedule, it'll show you all the way down to week 16. Okay, you'll be able to simulate, spectate, coach mode, whatever it is that you want to do, and so you can simulate all the way through your season if you want, showing that it'll go all the way to week 14, 15, 16, and then into the playoffs. And we didn't make it, so that is where we're at. And you'll notice we actually crashed right here because I need to implement the second draft class. So Ryan Moody touched on this in his video yesterday. We have custom draft classes, 50 of them. I won't go into a ton of detail because he covered it really well, but we will be offering 50 draft classes. All of them will be custom. We have an Excel file that we will be providing, just like we do with the roster mods, so make that really easy for you guys to adjust. And then team progressions are available right here. Again, it's not going to show us because we had an issue, but if I go back into a new one and simulate through here, as you go through each of the weeks, it's going to, as you finish, show you your player progressions for the team at the end of the season. So right here, this will look a little bit different. This whole section right here, when you finish the season, it's going to be laid out kind of step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Step 1 will be view your team progression. Step 2 will be the draft. So you'll actually go through the 7 rounds of the draft. And then your third option is going to be to finalize your team. So after you draft your 7 players, this is where you're going to then cut 7 players. Could be new players, old players, whatever it is you want. And then the fourth option is going to be to start the next season. So again, your team progressions here are going to be, you'll be able to view all 3 sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams, and then cycle through your players here. This is completely compatible with the controller, so I've got a controller plugged in. As soon as I hit a button, you'll notice options show up here down on the bottom to show you how to navigate these screens. So use your triggers to navigate your tabs and your bumpers to navigate here. And then you can scroll up and down as needed. So that's player progressions. Again, these are calculated based off of how well your team did, how old your player is, what their potential is, and lots of other factors. The goal is to make it as realistic and consistent with what we expect in simulation football. Okay, so that is that. Kind of wraps up franchise stuff. More information on drafts will be forthcoming as I wrap that up today. But last thing that I want to touch on is just a little bit of release information and support that you guys have provided for us. First of all, thank you so much. This will be our 3rd release on Steam coming up here in a couple days. We had 2015, 2016. We're getting ready to launch 2017. The support you guys have shown us over the years has been really awesome, and I definitely appreciate it. What we have been able to accomplish in just a couple years, we think is really cool. And I know there are lots of people that aren't on board yet. We know that the game isn't Madden yet, and so I think just going into it with that expectation will provide a better experience for you. But what I did want to touch on is what we do with the money that we make on the game through Steam sales. I hope that you guys know how much we reinvest back into the game. A large percentage, and I don't have an exact number, but it's definitely in the 70% range, we put right back into the game, whether that's buying assets or hiring people to do work or purchasing stuff. We want to make this a better game year after year. And so I would love to encourage you to purchase the game to support the growth, support options. I would love to tell you to tell your friends. Post it on your social media. Hey, check this out. It might not be the game that you want now, but look at what they've done in just a couple years. And what I did want to show you real quick is I pulled up some screenshots. This is our store page from Axis Football 2015, and I've got 2016 and 17. Just to do a quick couple snapshots of the growth that we've done. So this is what the game looked like in 2015. Definitely different. Even when you look at the field, the stands, the interface. Look at that play selection window. Oh, that's awful. And then 2016, this was last year. So we improved a little bit. We had new player models in 2016. That was one of the purchases we did. We had the stands were added as far as coloring the fans. We had new field textures, but everything looked so flat, and this was different. And then we had new interface. That was one of the big things. This looked a lot better compared to 2015. And then 2017, this is what the game looks like now. Again, going from 2015, what the game looked like here, to where we are now, it's a big difference. And this is hopefully evidence that we take the money and we put it right back in the game. The growth that we've had, this is what we want to continue to do year after year, and this is made possible with your support. Through purchasing the game, through telling your friends about it, providing feedback in the comments, emails, whatever it is. We appreciate what you guys do very much, and we want to continue to grow this game. So I'll wrap it up there. I'm going to get back to work, getting this game ready for release. But again, thank you guys so much for what you do, and I will be back soon. Thank you.